Hello there. Ringo, what are you doing? Anyway, so hope you're doing well. Let's get a reading. Anyway, let's see what's happening. So let me finish shuffling and let's see, which deck do I want to? Which oracle deck? I do have more oracle decks. So let's do what's the vibe, because I haven't done that in a while. Also, my door is open, so I might need to. So I buy these little juniper, it's fire starters, right? For, like when you're barbecuing. But it's juniper, so I saged my house with juniper. It smells really good. So you might want to, of course, be careful with it because it does ignite. It's supposed to like light, big fires. As you can see, it kind of, it's very quick to light. So anyway, juniper. Smells really good. Okay, let's see. What is the vibe? I saged my whole house with juniper. That's what they actually used to use for, like, temples. Monks used juniper to sage the temples. Today it says good vibes now in the moment. Clingy. Old exes, dead relationships, old ways. So that it's like it says blocked on the back of that. Moved on. Nothing to say. Stop calling. Longing. Missing you. Let's talk reunion. So, and then legal. There's like some sort of contract. It's lawyers, court, paperwork. Time. Delay, procrastination, too busy. Like, you don't have time for that old ex and, junk. So you're kind of, yeah, moving on. Anyway, moving on. Okay, let's see what Sedna has to say. Actually, let me go ahead and get an oracle. This is the Shaman's Dream oracle. Let's see. Winter's Dream gestation period. It's number 63. And Drifter, experiencing life as it comes, number 14. Okay. And then The Wall just came out. Obstacles, 56. And let me see what these are. Rising above the fray. And Eyes of the Eagle, number 18, and Spirit of the River, movement toward adventure, number 50. So, yeah, it kind of goes with the Drifter, experiencing life as it comes. So, we are rising above the obstacles, right? But we're in this, like, cocoon energy right now, where we're, good vibes only. Like, we're not accepting, like, old energy, like the clingy, Like this is trying to hold on, but it's not able to because we're blocking it. Maybe the juniper is helping. I don't know. You might want to get some juniper. So, yeah. So this energy is very, very good. I can see it's like positive and vibes high, right? And then also the experiencing life as it comes. Also, we have behind that, excuse me, vanishing mirror, ego sublimation, number 58. Galactic mushroom, the divine matrix, number 24. Spiritual narcolepsy, fallen angel, number 19. And groupthink. So somebody's stuck in like the groupthink mentality, mindful, number 40. And you are moving forward to the further gate, number 55. It says bold steps forward. And preparations come to fruition. Can't talk. 42. And then surrender. Sky dancers is behind that. And that's number 48. So I don't mean to like read all of these, but it's kind of like a energy. I'm reading the energy basically of it, of the cards. Divine matrix, ego sublimation. But yeah, it's interesting that we got these three energies that kind of fell out on their own. Obstacles, rising above the fray, and then movement toward adventure. So there's some type of adventure energy. And you're experiencing life as it comes, so it's kind of calling that in. You know what I mean? Like enjoying in the moment. Yeah. Let's see. Should we use light seers? Walking away from toxicity. Yeah, because like when you free yourself from that energy and like free yourself from the clinginess of like that old cycle, that old I don't know, it tries to hold on, like literally will try everything it can to hold on to. It's kind of weird. It's like a stagnant energy that tries. That's why that song Beck came through. Not the song Beck, the song by Beck. It's an old song from the 90s, which I kind of grew up in the 90s, so. Anyway, but yeah, it's like a clingy energy, like, let's see what comes out. Let's see, what are we releasing? So chaos, competition, drama, we're seeking balance. And we also have the King of Swords star card. So it's like thinking logically, cutting out the emotional attachments to that past energy, right? And healing. So we have to seek the truth of you know, what that was about, where it came from even. It's a cause and effect universe, so there may have been like traumas from like as a child that kind of put you in a situation as an adult, or you know, all throughout your life maybe. Strength, We have Six of Pentacles, Strength, and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, it's something from like childhood, I would say, because like Four of Wands can be like home, you know, like I think at the fourth house, it's like your depths, your roots. Nine of Wands, Strength. You've overcome that stuff and balanced out like the energy, and that's why we have the Star card here, healing. The Nine of Wands is like the wounded warrior. So you've overcome the wounded warrior energy and you've balanced out yourself. Okay, how are we showing up? So we have two aces here. Judgment at the bottom. Awakening, right? Successful with this Three of Pentacles. Learning. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, truth and clarity, and new ideas. And like pursuits of passionate new beginnings in some way, like maybe a new career, new everything, it seems. Like where you're seeking like what fulfills you. Maybe this is like a new thing. Whereas before you would kind of do whatever was expected of you instead of what you wanted. Okay. Eight of Cups, Eight of Swords, walking away from that energy, from the stuckness. You see yourself for who you are instead of who everyone else chose you to kind of be the scapegoat maybe, or something like that. Everyone else was seeing you as like this caged bird, like, but you're balancing that energy, seeking justice for yourself, awakening to who you actually are instead. And maybe you're going towards your happiness now. Full of self-love, right? Clarify what is surfacing. Okay, we have the Knight of Swords. Excuse me. So you're quickly running into, I don't know, this is quick but slow. Like you're learning the lessons, right? You're putting them to action maybe in this. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords, Nine of Cups, and the yeah, you learn lessons of like stress that you've gone through, and like now you know what you want, what you don't want, and you're kind of putting to action like what you want out of life, right? And like running after it. You could also be receiving communication from someone. Like understanding your value is making like your path forward clear, and maybe you're, I don't know, taking on new things in some way. So what we need to expand on is stability in some way. Okay, expanding on like uprooting something. Uprooting. Four of Swords, the Tower, Four of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Five of Swords. Okay, this is kind of weird. Hold on. So I'm getting that like some upheaval of like your roots allowed you to have peace in some way. You had to cut off those things of the past. Maybe people, places, things. I'm seeing this as unions, like rooted unions from like the past, because it is in the past position. But we're expanding on that, like understanding like some people are just not I want to say rehabable. Like you can't reconcile with some people, right? It's a dead relationship. It's like the old ways being blocked out. Even though like they might be longing to come back, there's like a contract of new. Like you're supposed to do this. Like this is fucking weird, but like some people aren't meant to go forward with us. Clarify. And I'm seeing the sailboat here. And the vanishing mirror, you could be a mirror. Like Scorpio risings tend to be like mirrors for people. Like when you look at me, you see yourself. It's like really a projection of who you are. Okay, let's clarify what actions to take. I do have my coffee. Nine of Pentacles, so independence. Seven of Swords, escapism. So, okay, understanding your power, working towards, you know, being in an independent energy, like where you're escaping like cycles and maybe power control games, things like that. Like I'm seeing this clingy energies, like somebody who would really like to hold on to you and your energy, but you're living in the moment, experiencing life as it comes, and like this gestation period where you're like pre-empress energy, right? Like, okay, so it's like a cleansing out, because good vibes now in the moment, today, you know what I mean? Like it's like here we are in our power, just working away, you know, overcoming, you know, maybe like things that wanted to keep you kind of in chaos, you know, but you're at peace, and that's balancing. I did that backwards. But yeah, so there is definitely you standing in your power in this situation at this point in your life, and choosing to escape maybe the lies like that have been placed on you. Like you're not having to stay in like systems. Okay, and you may be like an adventure type person who like takes life as it comes, right? And you've always been kind of lucky in that way that you could kind of do that on the whimsy, you know, like maybe you're whimsical. Like you're not planning things, you're just kind of going with the flow type of, but you're like protected in doing that. Because I'm also seeing the Nine of Swords as like kind of, you know, impulsive, kind of action oriented, or like on a dime, like you kind of go through life, you know what I mean? Which isn't always good, right? But I'm seeing that it is good in this situation. Okay, what actions, what resources do we have? So the action is like to just be free and independent. Like, find stability within yourself. Also, like, in union with yourself, like, that's what we're expanding on to. The union within. Because I think that's what's giving the gestation period. Like, where we're not accepting, like, old vibes. Like, where old energy was, like, stuck, stagnant. We're not accepting that anymore. It's, like, light, whimsical, like, flowy, like, new. You know, what's healing for me, you know, what's in our resources. King of Wands. So taking action, like the actions we want. Moving on from like sadness or like regret, like loss, things like that. We're not staying stuck in that. We've learned lessons from that, but we're kind of moving forward and integrating those lessons, like the light and the dark sides of those things. And we also have our boundaries that, like, we're in this like namaste energy, like walking away from things that stress us out, that aren't wish fulfillment, you know, because we know our value. Because like at this point it's like, what am I gonna stay in this for? Like, what am I getting from this, you know? And we kind of understand our value in that. So moving forward, taking action. Like, I see this as the Strength card, like overcoming, you know, being the flame, you know, the heart energy. You see how it has like the salamander protecting the heart, and it's very rooted with the red shirt, you know, like rooted in the heart. And also he's wearing blue jeans, so it's like a blue smart actions, you know, thoughtful actions, like aligned chakras. You know, do I use this one? I already shuffled this. Let me just do this again. Okay, clarify what we're releasing. King of Swords again. And the Eight of Swords. So and the Star, and the Strength card, and the King of Wands. So how do I say this? So of course we got the Five of Wands, King of Swords, and the Star card, right? So what I'm seeing this as is like moving forward from the conflicts, like using our logic and reason to heal from those situations and overcome them. You know, that's kind of how we did that, or do that, or are doing that. And like I said before, protecting your heart and staying rooted in the heart energy, like, and protecting that, but also being logical about our actions, you know. Okay, clarify how we're showing up. What are you doing? He's under the table, so. Okay, we're walking away from this type of energy. So we've learned lessons and we're moving forward. There's the Knight of Swords again and the Empress. Okay, so the Emperor and the Empress. We are taking action and we are in this gestation period where we are taking our power back. Like we have new beginnings, have truth, have clarity, success in some way with the Three of Pentacles here. And we're taking a leap of faith maybe to, walk away from things that aren't serving. Like we're in this energy right here where it's like out with the old, block, moving on. Like people might be reaching out for like a reunion and things like that, and we're not doing that because you see clearly. Ten of Swords is over, like a betrayal is over, and Knight of Swords is like taking action to move forward. Standing in your power with this, Emperor here. It's like I'm not taking on this anymore. It's not mine. Clarify what's surfacing. Seven of Wands and the Empress again. You're defending her. That Empress energy, it's like a gestation period. It's like nothing can come in and you're just flowing. Like your boundaries up. This is the warrior energy. So you're taking that stance. That's what's surfacing. And like maybe people are seeing that. It's like, fuck. Finally. 10 of Wands. Putting those burdens down. Of the illusions of like regret, sorrow, and sadness that you weren't responsible for. Like all that shit. We did get that in the resources moving forward from, understanding the lesson of it. And the Seven of Wands again, yeah. Eight of Cups. This is like repeating itself. So, but yeah, that was an illusion. It was not your burden. Clarify the Four of Wands. Also, I'm getting somebody maybe in regret because you moved on quickly from them. And they were maybe taking their time. Okay. Queen of Swords and the Four of Wands. Expanding on having compassion for yourself and rooting in that and integrating those lessons that you've learned. So that's what we're expanding on. So the compassion to free and liberate yourself, right? So I'm also seeing this as freedom, the Four of Wands, like the celebrating your own freedom, celebrating your liberator, your internal liberator. My nose is running again. And I used all my tissues when I was sick. Okay. I need to put that on my grocery list. Okay, so Knight of Wands, Magician, Eight of Wands, and the Star card, and strength is behind that. So it's healing and overcoming, like this maybe flaky, manipulative energy. Like you're having victory over it. You're moving forward quickly. Like fuck that, okay? and liberating yourself from that. And like, maybe it didn't take you long to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of understood what was happening. Maybe you had to go through a lot, though. A lot of chaos, competition, and just kind of... It may have had something to do with like that way people saw you. Like, for many years you had to kind of defend yourself in some way. Maybe that's what the Knight of Swords is showing here. It's like you were in a defensive stance for a while, but now it's like, today, good vibes. It's like, yeah, clarify the 9 of Pentacles. So we are still in the year of the snake till the end of this month. I think it's, yeah, till the 31st, I think. I can't remember when the new Chinese year starts, but oh wow. 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. So you're being called to action in some way, taking command of like your independence. Like, no more of this 10 of Swords energy, betrayals, backstabbing. Like, the people who backstabbed you might be seeing you differently now. Yeah, you blocked out this energy and you're moving forward, like to the sun energy, like happiness, true happiness. You know, you've done the work to introspect and like understand where this was coming from and what this was about. A lot of people may have been envious and jealous of you, where, you know, they see all these new beginnings coming for you. They see like the sun energy, like where you're seen as like a happy person naturally, like successful, and like maybe the fact that you moved on from them or you walked away from them in some way had them clinging, you know, this energy, but like only because they've lost you, right? Only because they didn't value you in the first place. And like that's how you're understanding, you know, this independence of like, you're good on your own. You know, I don't accept this trash type of vibe from people anymore. Like, where maybe before you didn't understand your value in the whole scheme of life. Maybe you never saw yourself as like this Queen of Wands person, right? Maybe you thought like for a long time that you needed somebody else, that you weren't good on your own, that you didn't know everything, and like maybe you were very humble. Maybe you were very like too humble, and people still wanted to humble you because they see you as like this star, this sun energy, you know, and like able to handle it all, Empress, you know. But then at the same time, since you weren't able to see clearly in yourself, hold on one second. Sorry, since you weren't able to see clearly for yourself, like that ray of sunshine energy that you actually were, like this Queen of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, like people were trying to like keep you under them so that you would never leave. Like if they would have shown you who they saw you as, they think that you might have gotten a big head and like left them at some point or something. They didn't see themselves as good enough for you. So to keep you, they were treating you like you didn't matter. Fucking weird. But I don't think that it was a conscious decision. Maybe sometimes, but I see it as more of like an insecurity. So clarify this King of Wands. And now since you see yourself as this, and you're not having like the need to like shove it in everybody's face. It's like, you know who you were and who you are, and like there's no need to like treat people badly. Okay. Balance and justice, 10 of Pentacles, clarifying this King of Wands. Like you just want the fairness, like to be treated like for who you are, not who they think you are, and like, but I don't know if that is ever gonna happen. Unfortunately. So 10 of Pentacles, Hanged Man, Ace of Pentacles, Death card. This is our resources, so new beginnings, also legacy, and there's also like an enlightenment here. And I'm not saying that you're like better or like more enlightened than other people, but there's something that you know, like from experience, you know, and you're able to transform situations and be this rebirth type of energy. Like everybody wants that, right? Everybody wants to be able to like, I don't know, end things and move on from like bad situations, right? They don't know how to start though. But you have this like self-starter energy, this like you can do it yourself type energy. Because you're balanced with your masculine and feminine. And you're the protector of yourself. You protect yourself in some way. Maybe you didn't in the past, but you learned from those mistakes with the Queen of Pentacles here. And the Death card, you learned how to like end things that were stressful. You fought your demons. You won. Yeah. But okay, so that's what I have. So you're no longer sad. You're no longer in regret. There's like you've learned from this and you're trying to make it into this, you know? And it was a shift in perspective. Maybe you kind of were stuck for a while trying to figure it all out, but I think you're either figuring it out one day at a time, right? Experiencing life as it comes. The ego sublimation. The vanishing mirror. Yeah, let's read gestation period. Sanctuary, conscious awareness. Yeah, you're very aware of like where you stand now. The winter's dream is a summons to go within. Your life force longs to turn inward like the sap of trees returning to the roots. Cast your gaze toward the deep and hidden places in your heart. Come to rest again in the sanctuary and safety of your soul, and be at peace, basking in your crystalline clarity in that place. This is not hibernation. Do not fall asleep. Take your quiet, wakeful nature with you into stillness, and know that you are replenishing your life force. Trust that the deeply buried seeds inside your soul, the ones you planted even before you were born, are stirring softly, ready to awaken with the spring. But do not try to rouse them early. Instead, surrender to the quiet of winter's dream. Okay, we are about to be in spring in April, and that's like the new year. There is a lull period, I would say, between the Chinese New Year and the beginning of April, like not April, but spring. So that is the kind of like the slumber part. So you're not sleeping, you're just kind of resting, replenishing your life force. and basking in peace, like the clarity and peace that you've found. Something's about to happen. Winter's dream can lull you into a slumber where you can lose consciousness and become caught in a nightmare. Awaken. Find that easy return to wakefulness that brings you clarity. This is the time to set your priorities in order, yet not act on any of them. Allow the clarity and transparency that comes with Winter's dream to permeate your heart and soul. The time for action will come later. Remember that all things are born of dreams, and your task is to wake up within the dream to lucidly guide it to your chosen destination. So it's a period right now of like maybe thinking and processing the new, right? Like manifesting, right? We're manifesting, so we don't do anything. We just kind of maybe write down thoughts, ideas, things that we want to kind of weed out and bring in to the new year, right? And then yeah, so that's what I got. Let's read 14. Hold on. Drifter, what lights you up? Experiencing life as it comes, seeking the essence but not knowing the form. The drifter invites you to step out of your to-do list and your ordinary routine to feel the breeze against your skin, calling you to follow the wind and explore life's opportunities. When the drifter appears, it's a sign that it's time to cut the mooring lines holding you to the dock. It's not important to know the destination before you set sail. It will become clear as you leave the port. Do not wait for the map, as there are none to where you're destined to go, but be sure that you do have a compass to keep you true, like your morals and your values and things like that. Yours is your pure love and your intention to be free, even of your own beliefs and preconceptions. Few appreciate the energy of the drifter. Here you might not seem to be doing anything worthwhile or meeting someone else's expectations, but you are the only one who understands that others are running full out on the hamster wheel and getting nowhere. Your laziness is an underappreciated virtue. You know that life will find you and bring you everything you require without your having to search for it, by simply being instead of frantically doing. Or even as you let your mind wander, releasing it to go on a daily walkabout, call it back home regularly to deliver news from the cosmos. The drifter helps you find what you are looking for, even when you didn't think you were seeking anything. So, yeah, it kind of speaks to that gestation period too, like, so we may not look like we're doing anything, but we actually are doing a lot under the surface. Sticking in that moment energy. So be in the moment, take life as it comes, flow. And that's what I got. I hope you have a great day. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.